Welcome everyone to the Friday edition of the Sharp Pick, our weekly line movement video series here at SBR Forum. I'm Jordan Sharp. For the second straight week in a row, it's been kind of slow with the line movement department. In weeks 9 and week 10, we've seen very little movement, and most of the lines are sticking to what they've opened at. However, recently here late in the week, we have seen a little bit of movement here and there, as well as some lines that look to be settling down. So let's take a look at both those things and see if new value is emerging or it is decreasing. We'll start with the Ravens -9 in Oakland, and I think that's where they're going to stay at. There are a few books here that still have this line at -7.5 and -8. However, I think it's going to settle closer to that -9 number. The Raiders are going to most likely be without their best two running backs. They're going to have to throw, and the Ravens will be able to compensate on that defensively, so I think that's going to stay at least at a 2-score spread. The Giants, on the other hand, have dropped a half point. They're on the road in Cincinnati this week. They've dropped from -4 favorites to -3.5. And now, personally, I really like the Giants. However, that could be because a little bit of money has come in on the Bengals, but I'm not buying it. I know the public's on the Giants, and I really like them too. I think this could be a get-right game. They haven't been playing very well recently, so it could be in for a good game here in Cincinnati. The Falcons, the only undefeated team, are moving up a little bit in their spread on the road in New Orleans this week. They started at -1, however, they've moved to -2.5 and -3 in some cases. However, it's far from settling, but there are more books that are adopting moving it up as opposed to keeping it at -1, which is where it's been at recently. This game's most likely going to be very close. All of these games are. So personally, I'm laying off it. St. Louis Rams could have gotten a little bit of money over the last few days if they've dropped from around the average spread of where they were at +11.5 to +10.5 as they are on the road in San Francisco this week. Now, I'm not sure why anyone would bet that spread. This spread is very suspect to me. However, it could be because people are betting teasers on the Rams, because +17.5 in any NFL team at this stage of the season, most likely a pretty good bet depending on. But especially because the Rams do have a pretty solid defense. So I'm not touching it, but I know a lot of people who do like the Rams in this game. The Cowboys are moving up a little bit. They're on the road in Philadelphia. They started at a pick'em, moved to -1, and now you can get them at -2 in some cases. Now, I'm not buying it personally. I think Philadelphia has a good chance at winning this game, especially because they're at home. However, you do never know with these kind of games. These divisional games, as we were just talking about with St. Louis and San Francisco, can be very suspect. So personally, even though I like the Philadelphia Eagles, it's not much of a lean, especially with how the Eagles have been playing recently. The Bears are going up despite the public being very heavy on the Houston Texans, both bets and money-wise. The Bears open at a pick'em and at -1 slight favorites with a little bit of juice early on in the week. Now you're starting to see them at -1.5 even, and there's even one book that has them at -2 favorites, despite a lot, and I mean a lot of money coming in on the Texans. So this is very suspicious. Obviously, 2 out of every 3 bets are going on Houston in this game. I know it's very contested, but don't write off the Bears just quite yet. And the Steelers on Monday night finally keep on growing, which is not very surprising, as they've moved up from -11.5 to -12.5 in some cases. I think they're going to continue to grow. I think you'll find that maybe at even -14.5 by game time on Monday night. The Steelers are probably going to rout the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll do it for Friday. Make sure you check back tomorrow for my final blog update of the week. And until then, I'll see you till week 11 on Monday. I'm Jordan Sharp. This has been The Sharp Pick.